Are you sure you're free? What else would I be doing?
Hey everyone, this is Jeff 11 Bronson, but I guess most of you already knew that, or if you're new to the channel, now you know. So welcome everyone to yet another monthly collection update, pickups video, whatever you want to call it. This time for the month, of course, of August 2025. We picked up a few films, some Blu-rays, 4Ks. Definitely there was one big 4K collector's edition that released this previous month in August, which I think everybody had been waiting for, and I hope everybody was able to get their hands on it because it's sold out just like the other two before it, and you have to pay enormous amounts of money on the aftermarket, sadly. But anyway, I got my copy, and for me personally, that's all that matters. I got my copy, but I do hope that everybody was able, because I know there's been some drama with this release in terms of some people getting it. But before we get there, though, we're gonna show something that's, I guess, related to that film, because this is a book about, yes, I got a book to show at first. A book all about Sergio Leone by the great Sir Christopher Frayling. If you can see, that is a pretty massive book. That is a quite a thick book. It's just very wide in all kinds of dimensions, if you know what I mean. In all kind of the, Sir Christopher Frayling, no stranger to Sergio Leone. He's written, I guess, a handful of books on Sergio Leone already. I have the book that he did about that was solely about Once Upon a Time in the West, Shooting a Masterpiece. I got that book by Christopher Frayling. This one was going for really, for a really good deal, let's say, on Amazon US. Less than $10, yes, less than $10 for this humongous beast of a book, which is filled to the brim with detail, with amazing pictures, high res, never before seen pictures. I've seen pictures on the set of Once Upon a Time in the West. I don't think I've seen this picture before, with the lovely Claudia Cardinal right there and Sergio Leone right here. Just thinking about how to do the shot, or maybe explaining to Claudia Cardinal how the shot should be and stuff. Of course, you get, this is all about Sergio Leone, so you get stuff about Once Upon a Time in America as well, the epic gangster masterpiece. That is just chef's kiss. I love that film. I love every single Sergio Leone film, to be fair, other than The Colossus of Rhodes. But you get stuff like there was some really cool. There we go. Some shots of Leone's rogues gallery of great people and faces that he had. This is him with a few paintings, with a few yeah. There's just so much stuff in there, and it's all sort of clippings from like Sergio Leone interviews that were previously not necessarily published in the English language. Now they're fully translated into English, so we get Sergio Leone's. For example, there's like a few pages Sergio Leone just on Henry Fonda. Of course, Henry Fonda, who was in Once Upon a Time in the West. There's a few pages from an interview where he just goes on about Sergio, or about, excuse me, about Henry Fonda. Here are some cool behind the scenes stills of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There you go. I mean, this book it's amazing. I'm about halfway through myself, actually reading everything that is in here. I flipped through it a few times already, but now I'm actually reading it, and about halfway through, I just actually finished the pages which I'm now showing you, which are, again, some great on-set, high-res pictures of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And yeah, I don't want to dedicate too much time just on this one book alone, but trust me, this is a magnificent book. All about Sergio Leone once again. Here, look at this. Yeah, I've not even come to this. This looks like makeup tests for De Niro in Once Upon a Time in America. This looks like different looks that he tried out for the aged noodles in Once Upon a Time in America. Like, I've never seen this stuff before. I'm looking forward to actually getting here. Yeah, I think that's the last I'm going to show you, because I don't want to spoil too much for myself. But yeah, Sergio Leone, all by himself, is the book. by the great Sir Christopher Frayling. So that's the, I'm just going to show you the front, and just going to show you the back. It's pretty plain on the back, but there's a cool quote on there. And so yeah, this was pretty cheap on Amazon. I think it's gone up in price. It's still quite affordable, even at the regular price. It's about $25 to $30, I guess, which translates to roughly the same amount, I should say, in my currency, euros, and for my British friends, the UK pounds. So Sergio Leone, all by himself. Fantastic book. Now let's go to films. Starting with some westerns, some John Wayne westerns. I've been getting back into some more John Wayne films. I've been rewatching some John Wayne films like True Grit and stuff, and I've been adding a few to my John Wayne collection. So this month I picked up a German Blu-ray for She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, which apparently is the second in John Ford's Cavalry trilogy, which started with Ford. I can never remember Ford Apache. I'm just looking at my John Wayne collection. Ford Apache apparently was the first, and then followed with She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, which I actually did enjoy. This one, of course, a cavalry film. Quite an older film. This is from, of course, the 1940s, I want to say, or maybe early 50s. I can't see the name or the date of the film right now on the back of it, but yeah, very old. I'm really getting into these older westerns. Like, for me, older westerns were always the spaghetti westerns from the 60s. I never really delved into like the 40s and 50s and stuff, right up until I sort of got into John Wayne. So not a bad western, but again, anyone that knows me, I'm always going to be an advocate for these spaghetti westerns first and foremost. So, but it is always cool to, you know, see where even the Italians took stuff from. Like, these films were influential. These were, you know, of course, they were there before the spaghetti western, so they have to be respected in some way, you know. And this is the third one of the Cavalry trilogy by John Ford with John Wayne. This is Rio Grande. Wasn't too big on this one, to be honest. I think this is my lesser of the trilogy. I did like Ford Apache as well with Henry Fonda, coincidentally, and John Wayne. Again, German Blu-ray. Yeah, this one probably my lesser of those three cavalry films, but still enjoyable if you like the Duke, I will say. And here's one of the Duke's later films. Well, I say later, I think this is the 60s. Rio Lobo, so it's another one that has the Rio in it. Directed by Howard Hawks, this one. So Howard Hawks, of course, the Rio Bravo, and you know, this was a good one. I enjoyed this one. Jack Elam is in this one. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Anyway, here's the back of it. Again, German Blu-ray by Paramount. Of course, you get your typical Paramount disc right there. You can always tell which studio is which with these discs. Paramount always has a distinctive way of doing it, even if it's very simple. Usually it says the copyrighted year of it on the back, but it just says 2011. Of course, that's not right. It's Rio Lobo by Howard Hawks, starring the Duke, John Wayne, Jennifer O'Neill in this one as well, and Jorge Rivero. So that was one I did enjoy. So that was obviously a little bit not as old as the other Wayne films. Then I got into some more Sean Connery films. Now, I did a watch party on the recent British bank holiday with my my usual partner for that, who always invites me, is always gracious enough to invite me for a watch party of a Bond film. We did You Only Live Twice on August 25th. And we discovered that it would have been Sean Connery's 95th birthday if he still had been alive. On the basis of that, I went and picked up a few more Sean Connery films from my collection. I just love him so much. Some of these are upgrades, or one of them is an upgrade. And this one is just a pickup that, I don't know why I didn't have this film already, but it's the classic war film, A Bridge Too Far, directed by Sir Richard Attenborough, and of course with a brilliant all-star cast, you know, among them Sean Connery, of course, but you also got James Caan, Edward Fox, Gene Hackman, Ryan O'Neal, Laurence Olivier, Robert Redford. I mean, just look at the names on the back here. It's amazing. And I know this has a few different editions. I just wanted to get it on Blu-ray just so I had it and watch it again. It's brilliant. I did watch this on TV many moons ago, because this is one of these films. It takes place in the Netherlands. Of course, it's about a World War II operation, you know, set in the Netherlands, and they filmed it in the Netherlands as well. So this is kind of a part, this is pretty much on TV here a lot, this film. So that's why there was never really any need to pick it up, because yeah, it's probably going to be on TV again within a few weeks. But yeah, this is one I'm familiar with, but I never owned it until now. So there you go. Added to my Sean Connery collection. Sean Connery collection, I'm even sounding like him. Anyway, this one is an upgrade because I do have this one on DVD. Also on a German DVD. This is the German Blu-ray of The Russia House with Sir Sean and the lovely Michelle Pfeiffer. And again, not Edward Fox, it's James Fox. There you go. Yeah, this is also a great film and a really good cast. Roy Scheider in this one as well. James Fox, John Mahoney, J.T. Walsh, Klaus Maria Brandauer, who was also with Connery in the unofficial Bond film Never Say Never Again. I just can't resist doing a Sean Connery impression whenever I talk about one of his films. I do really like this film a lot. It's like a spy thriller meets romance. It's like there's a good romance in this as well between Pfeiffer and Connery. They have great chemistry. I think it's a really great film. Again, music by Jerry Goldsmith. Just a very good, solid, pretty underrated sort of thriller with romantic elements, I would say. So if you haven't seen The Russia House, I do recommend it to check out. This one I haven't been able to watch it yet. I picked it up. Again, these came pretty late in the month, so it's a German media book by Play On Pictures, or Koch Media, formerly known as, I've not heard good things about this film, but it is Meteor with Sean Connery, Natalie Wood, Carl Malden, Brian Keith, and also Henry Fonda on this one as well. So it's kind of like one of these 70s disaster films, from what I've gathered of it, right? It's one of these 70s disaster films, like the Poseidon Adventure. I want to say Poison Adventure, but the Poseidon Adventure and Towering Inferno. So now we have Sean Connery and Meteor, where a meteor comes down to the Earth, and it's one of those affairs. It has a big cast. Doesn't have the highest score on IMDb. I've not heard the best things about it, but I'm gonna be checking this out regardless, and it's a lovely addition and add-on to my Sean Connery collection. Every film with Sean is appreciated at this point for my collection, because I've amassed quite a few of his films, of his non-007 films, that is. So yeah, once again, lovely media book, Blu-ray DVD combo. There's a still of Sean from this film with his great tash, great mustache. Let's see, are there any more stills to dive into? I guess right here. Natalie Wood. So Sean worked with Lana Wood and Diamonds Are Forever. Now with this one he's worked with Natalie Wood. So he's worked with both of the Wood sisters, which is interesting because I think he had an affair with Lana Wood on the set of Diamonds Are Forever, as well as Jill St. John. Again, allegedly, that's just what I've heard. I wasn't there, obviously, to confirm or deny, but that's what I've heard. So that could have been interesting maybe on this set. Like, he was like, let's get the other sister. Maybe, I'm just speculating, but anyway, Meteor with Sean Connery. So that's my few Connery pickups. Now I have two American Westerns, once again, more Westerns. This one with Kevin Costner, one of his pretty much his most recent Western. I'm still waiting, after seeing this one now, I'm still waiting for Chapter 2, because I picked up the Blu-ray for Horizon, American Saga, Chapter 1, which 3 hours long. Did not bore. It was amazing to watch. Kind of took getting used to with the setup of it. Kind of, it's a little Leone-esque, like Once Upon a Time in America-esque. It kind of jumps between different characters and different settings and stuff. Different places in the West and all that stuff. Great cast in this one. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm very much anticipating the second one now, and I'm really hoping that Kevin Costner gets to complete this project, because this is a big vision that he has for he wants to do 4 of these. He wants to do a 4-part epic saga. Well, that's in the title. 4 chapters of one big saga. I'm really hoping he gets to do it, because I really enjoyed this one right here. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the head that I did not pick this up earlier, or that I did not watch this earlier, or even yet that I did not watch this in cinema last year when it came out. I don't know why, but I don't know, for some reason I just didn't get around to watching it in the cinema. I don't know, stuff got in the way, I guess. But anyway, that's Horizon Chapter 1. Immensely enjoyed it. This one I picked up, haven't watched it yet. This is another one I haven't had the chance to watch this particular film yet. And I have not watched this one previously, even though this is quite kind of a big epic, you know, big classic Western. It's How the West Was Won on Blu-ray. Again, great cast in this one. Eli Wallach is in it, among others. George Peppard, John Wayne, once again. Oh, I should have included this with my John Wayne films, but yeah, like I said, Debbie Reynolds, Jimmy Stewart, Richard Whitmark, Gregory Peck, Carl Malden, Henry Fonda once again. Anyway, enough of me reading it off the back. There it is. There's all the great people in this film. I mean, look at that. That's an amazing cast. It's supposed to be a big epic Western. I've seen bits and pieces of it maybe, but I've never experienced this in full. So I'm looking forward to watching How the West Was Won for the very first time. So it's going to be a big 3-hour film as well, isn't it? Yeah, 164 minutes. That's quite a running time. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for the Westerns for now, until we get to the last pièce de résistance that I have to show in this update. Of course, you guys will know what that is. But before that, here's another World War II film. This is actually kind of my introduction, in a way, to the macaroni combat genre. Like the spaghetti westerns were done by Italians, obviously. They did the giallos, they did the Euro crimes. But the Italians also did World War II films, and those are called macaroni combat. So one of those films I picked up this month, and it's this one. Again, Henry Fonda. He seems to be a recurring theme in this, recurring phase and actor in this pickup video. But The Greatest Battle, or The Biggest Battle, is what this film is known as in English. It has a really, really good cast of... If you're into Italian films, you will recognize a lot of these people, even some more international names like Stacy Keach in this one, John Huston. But no, obviously, this guy, Giuliano Gemma, he's Ringo. That's freaking Ringo from the spaghetti westerns, man. He's done tons of spaghetti westerns. He's one of the best in that genre. Didn't get much to do in this one, which I was kind of disappointed with this film. So as kind of my first... excuse me, as kind of my first pickup of the macaroni combat genre, this was kind of underwhelming. I have seen the original Inglourious Bastards by Enzo Castellari, which I will pick up soon as well. That one I did enjoy, but this one, as kind of my... I want to have this as my gateway into collecting these macaroni combat films. Not the best one. I was disappointed because there's also the lovely Giallo Queen Edwige Fanache in this film. And she has like 5 minutes of screen time. That's kind of wasted. But here's the back of it. This does come with English audio. It's a Explosive Media release. It's kind of a cool release, and it's a great cast and stuff, but the film itself, the plot is kind of weak, in my opinion. Kind of... I don't know, and it's directed, I forgot who directed this. Umberto Lenzi. Yes, Cannibal Ferox, Umberto Lenzi. The Tough Ones, aka Rome Armed to the Teeth, Umberto Lenzi. Almost Human, Umberto Lenzi. He directed this one. So Sweet So Perverse, Umberto Lenzi. Yeah, he directed this one, and apparently Umberto Lenzi considered this one of his best films. I'm sorry, Signor Lenzi, but nah. I mean, it's okay at best, but that's about it. Like I said, kind of underwhelming. I think I might like it more on the rewatch, but anyway, here's a little booklet, and there you go. There's the lovely Edwige, who barely got anything to do. There's Henry Fonda. I mean, it's a great cast that Umberto Lenzi got for this film, and there's some cool action sequences and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It's there's Umberto Lenzi directing Henry Fonda on set. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of underwhelming, but it's a cool addition. Cool digipack, 2 discs, DVD, Blu-ray. There's the cool artwork and stuff. It's a great addition. It's just a shame the film is kind of mediocre, I will say. Which I'm a big fan of Umberto Lenzi. I'll even love Eyeball, the giallo he directed, which kind of got negative reception and stuff. I even fucking love that film. But this one didn't do much for me. Again, I might like it better on a rewatch. Now, speaking of Euro crimes, and speaking of getting back into more Italian stuff, I picked up this box set here of 3 films with one of my favorite Italian actors, Franco Nero. I should have picked this up again last year, whenever this came out. I don't remember. Picked it up now. Still got it for a good deal. It is the Cosa Nostra set. 3 films directed by Damiano Damiani. Yeah, try saying that 10 times fast. And starring, of course, like I said, Franco Nero. 3 Eurocrime films, but we'll get into that. Anyway, there's the little thing that was on the side. I put it there with the discs. Yeah, that's the little thing that came on the front of it. You get a cool booklet, which I will show you in a bit. So the 3 films you get in here are Day of the Owl with the lovely Claudia Cardinal, of course, one of my favorites from Once Upon a Time in the West, right there. And Franco Nero and Lee J. Cobb. Pretty decent film, this one, I must say. I did enjoy it. This probably I enjoyed the most out of all 3. The Case is Closed, Forget It, which is more like a prison drama, like Franco Nero in prison, kind of like Franco Nero's Escape from Alcatraz, kind of like Franco Nero's Lockup, you know. Not action heavy like those films maybe, but it's a prison drama, like Jean-Claude Van Damme's In Hell. Yeah, I did enjoy this one. It's a really good one. And then the last one is How to Kill a Judge, also starring Francois Fabian, who I know mostly from the spaghetti western The Specialist by Sergio Corbucci. Yeah, all 3 films directed by Damiano Damiani, who I've admired his work, especially in spaghetti western. He did one of the greatest Zapata westerns, which is A Bullet for the General, which might even be my personal favorite Zapata western. If it wasn't for Sergio Leone's docu-sucker, that is. But yeah, 3 films, I really enjoy it. And they piqued my interest since they're advertised and they're commonly referred to under the Eurocrime banner, which I'm like, when I watched it, I was like, this is not really a Eurocrime. But then I think it's on the Day of the Owl, one of the special features on there is Mike Malloy. There's a great segment by Mike Malloy. I think it's on this one. Yes, Identity Crime says, filmmaker and Italian crime cinema expert Mike Malloy discusses The Day of the Owl in the context of the formation of the Italian crime film genre. So that's one of these special features that you get on there. Now, Mike Malloy, he's, in my opinion, he's to Eurocrime what Christopher Frayling is to Sergio Leone or spaghetti westerns. Like, if you want to know about Eurocrime and the polizioteschi genre, I would say Mike Malloy is your guy. But he put it in a very great way. I was like, yeah, I definitely agree with that. That hits it on the head right perfectly. These are highbrow Eurocrime films. These are talky. These are political Eurocrime films. They're still Eurocrime, but they're highbrows. And I guess I kind of prefer the lowbrows then, because give me the action-packed Umberto Lenzi, Thomas Milian, Maurizio Merli ones any day. Over these, even though I did enjoy these, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy these, and I love Franco Nero, and I admire and respect Franco Nero a hell of a lot. I just like him more in high crime and street law, I guess, when it comes to Eurocrime. But anyway, you do get a cool booklet with that set, which I'm gonna just quickly show you a few glimpses of, because it's quite a thick one. It's quite a thick one. Yeah, so I did enjoy these 3. Like, if I were to rank them, probably The Case is Closed, Forget It would be my favorite, because I do like me a good prison drama. Then I will have The Day of the Owl, and then I will have How to Kill a Judge, even though I did enjoy How to Kill a Judge a hell of a lot. And that's actually the only one of these 3 where it's Franco Nero himself doing the dubbing. With Day of the Owl and The Case is Closed, it's somebody else doing the dubbing for Franco. But in How to Kill a Judge, if you watch the English version, it's Franco's own voice on the English dub, which I do like. Franco's own voice. I like when Franco's he has a nice, cool, soothing kind of speaking voice, and you know, when he speaks English, and his English is quite good actually, contrary to what people might say. But I've seen plenty of interviews with him. I think he definitely hell, he's married to an English woman, you know. So. Anyway, Cosa Nostra, the Three Crime Tales by Damiano Damiani, starring Franco Nero, the great Franco Nero. So, see, that's the set, and just to show you how it originally came. So yeah, this was kind of on the side like that. So I removed that and I just put it on there. Et voila! So it kind of covers the spines inside and it kind of prevents stuff from happening as well. So it's a cool box set. It's by Radiance Film. This is my first Radiance pickup, so I'm impressed. This is a really good, hard quality, hard box as well. Good quality. Yeah, my first Radiance Films pickup. I wouldn't mind if they did more of these kind of highbrow Eurocrime films. I know there's still a few. Anyway, lowbrow Eurocrime. This is a great Blue Underground 4K that I picked up of one of the best Eurocrime films, and definitely one of the more accessible Eurocrime films. Not that those aren't, but this is what you kind of associate with the genre. The 4K by Blue Underground of high crime once again, so more Franco Nero right here, and this is a action-packed Eurocrime directed by the great Enzo G. Castellari, who is I love Enzo Castellari's films. I really have to get some more of it. Gotta get a big Enzo Castellari collection going. But yeah, high crime, cool little slipcover. So this is on 4K, and it also comes with the soundtrack. Has the film on 4K and on Blu-ray. So you got pretty much everything here. Great transfer, great special features as well. I mean, this comes loaded with extras, audio commentaries, an audio commentary with Franco Nero that is. Also Mike Malloy contributes to the special features supplements for this one as well. Yeah, great limited edition 4K that I can only recommend for Eurocrime fans. So if you haven't got it, go and get it. So yeah, we are now entering into the 4Ks. We're wrapping up momentarily. We have a few more to show. Here's an upgrade for a essential 1970s film, one of my personal favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite Jack Nicholson films. It is Roman Polanski's 1974's Chinatown with Jack Nicholson and the great Faye Dunaway. Like I said, one of my personal favorite movies of all time. Now here on 4K. I've been wanting to get the 4K for a while now. That, of course, that first pressing that Paramount did, Paramount Presents line, which like the limited fancy schmancy cover, I was like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of those designs. I'm just gonna wait for the regular edition. So now I got it. It's the German one, but you know, it's pretty much the same as everywhere else with Dolby Vision and HDR and all that stuff. I haven't checked it out on 4K yet, but I'm very, very excited to do so. And also comes with the Blu-ray as well. So there you go. Essential 1970s film, upgraded. Because yeah, I've only had that on DVD, so it's even the first time now that I'm going to be owning it on Blu-ray as well. So yeah, this one, I like Stanley Kubrick. I like Full Metal Jacket, The Shining. Beyond that, I never really dove too much into Kubrick's works, and I've tried to watch this particular film a few years ago, couldn't really get into it. Now it was on a sale with the next film I'm going to show after that, like a bundle 2 for 30. I was like, okay, there are no more excuses. I'm going to pick this one up in the sale. It's 2 for 30. I'm going to watch it. So the film I'm referring to is Stanley Kubrick's controversial A Clockwork Orange. I'm kind of ambivalent about the film, to be fair. I'm still kind of like, well, okay, I see what all the fuzz is about. I see what Kubrick was kind of doing with it and all that stuff. On the other hand, I was like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one a few more watches for sure. I'm gonna have to give this a few repeat viewings. There is something there. There's something there that I liked, but I also kind of was bored throughout the. I guess that's what I also was kind of bored throughout the running time for this film. So it's definitely one that I'm gonna have to get used to a bit. But anyway, here's the 2 orange discs, which orange is the motif, I guess. Even though there wasn't a clock or a lot of orange in the film, but anyway, Clockwork Orange. It's a good film, but again, I will definitely have to let it sink in a bit, and by watching it a few more times, which I will definitely have to check out some more Kubrick. I have to check out 2001 because actually I never seen 2001 either. Space Odyssey, that is. So with Kubrick, I'm kind of The Shining is my favorite. Then I would go Full Metal Jacket. Then this one. I also haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut. There's a few. There's pretty much all the major Kubrick ones that I still have to. Doctor Strangelove as well. Never seen it. I never really got into Kubrick too much. So I'm trying to kind of rectify that. So maybe next month you guys will see me picking up some more of the Kubrick films. I am definitely always open to it. I've wanted to for a while, but just other things keep piling up in the collection. Anyway, that was on a sale, like I said, 2 for 30, along with this one, which I had seen before, but now it's the first time I finally own it, and also, well, in a cool edition as well. It's Seven, the immortal 1995 serial killer classic Seven, starring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. This is a cool 4K edition. Not a fan of how they put the disc in it, which I will show you. But this is kind of like a very thick cardboard sleeve. And then it's kind of like a digipack. Well, that's what I thought anyway. It's like a magnetized one. It's like, there, it's kind of like it pulls. There's magnets in there. But okay, so you open this up. It's very thick cardboard. These stills and images and stuff. Where the hell's the disc? There's the disc. You kind of have to slide. I'm not a fan of how they did that. I like how they did everything else except for that. It's like, look, I'm trying to get the disc out. So the disc is in there. I'm never a fan of that because I'm always worried about damaging unintentionally the disc when you put it in or put it out. It's a hassle. It's a hassle, it really is. But other than that, though, it's a good edition. And the film did look good in 4K. There was some controversy with the release, like people said something about AI being used. Now, I'm not intimately familiar with the film. Like I said, I'd seen it before, so I can't really comment on it. It just looked like a very crisp 4K to me, so, you know. Anyway, only one left, and this is the big one. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. This is Arrow Video's glorious edition, collector's edition of The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly, starring Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach, and Lee Van Cleef. And man, oh man, did this edition not disappoint at all. I've did a watch party recently on all 3 of the Dollars films. I watched all 3 in one day, pretty much, 3 separate watch parties. And we went for the longest cut available, thanks to Arrow Video, because there's like a 3-hour, 1-minute cut now, thanks to Arrow. Even longer than the extended cut. The amount of extras on there and the amount of goodies, and just the plethora of stuff that you get with this release, it's absolutely amazing. So first and foremost, of course, it's a slipcover, so you remove that. Then you have the slip box. Again, contents are removed. Again, sturdy, hard box. Artwork on the back. Then you have your 4K, your Amaray. Again, I've reversed it to the original poster art, which I am a sucker for. I love original poster art. There you go. Even though that's not a dent on Tony Stella's amazing original artwork, because I have Tony Stella's poster Fistful right there. I do like that artwork of Clint a lot, by Tony Stella, who did the original artwork for these releases. So then you open it up. So you have disc 1. It's your theatrical / international version. Disc 2, extended cut, but what they don't tell you is there's even more extended cuts. Disc 3, bonus supplementary features. Disc 4, the Sad Hill Unearthed documentary, which is an extra. But even that has extras on the documentary, so there's extras for the extra. You know, it's amazing. Okay, Then you have, okay, let's show again the poster, which again, one side is Tony Stella's newly commissioned artwork, which is definitely not bad at all. Like I wouldn't mind framing these things and having all three of them displayed on my wall next to each other. Like Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, all three in the Tony Stella art. Again, I do like the original artwork. Never got why they made Eastwood's poncho red though on this one, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, I do like the poster; it's iconic. So you get that. Again, I'm considering framing all three of those and putting them next to each other. Like, yeah, that's something that you guys might see on my wall pretty soon, because that's a serious thing I'm contemplating. And then, yeah, you have your cool booklet again, filled to the brim with information on the releases, on the even information on the dubbing and all that stuff, and like who did what in the dubbing, and even for the 2003 extended version dubbing, all that information is in there as well. Again, some great stills, and just it's the ultimate edition. You will never, if you have this edition now, you will never have to pick up another copy of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This will be the definitive release, I think, for, well, just definitive. There doesn't need to be any more Good, the Bad, and the Ugly releases. Nor does there need to be any more Fistful of Dollars or For a Few Dollars More releases, because this is it. This is all we need. This is all. If you're a fan of these films, this is all you will need. They blow every other release that came before it out of the water, and I don't see any release topping what these releases did as well. So these will be the definitive releases. Now I'm just speaking for myself. Obviously, I know there's people that have a lot of editions of these films. I'm looking at you, Carlos. Which, it's understandable. It's his, especially with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it's his favorite film. I've only ever owned the DVD of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the same goes for the other Dollars trilogy films. And I've owned them on Blu-ray, and now I own them on 4K. Now I don't have the DVDs anymore. I do for Good, Bad, and the Ugly and Few Dollars More. No longer for Fistful of Dollars. I do still have the Blu-rays, and now. But these will always be the versions I will go to now. There will be no need to ever go back to any other format, any other release, any other edition. I can even say I'm going to get rid of the DVDs and the Blu-ray, because, why would I go back to that if the definitive edition is right here? Not just in terms of the extras and just the whole packaging of it. In terms of like the transfers, I mean, Arrow has done such a painstaking and meticulous work on the transfers and ensuring that all these films look and sound the way that they should. These films have been treated with tremendous respect and reverence by Arrow, and it's commendable, the work that they put in. It's, again, I said it when I had the first two films to show in this collection, in the previous collection update video, when I showed the first two films. Sorry. I said that Arrow Video would most likely be my label of the year once again, and these releases would most definitely be my release of the year. There's a few things still coming up that it's a good year for physical media once again, to be honest, but there has been a really good amount of stuff, a great amount of releases. But this one, preceded by the other two, will definitely be the pinnacle of this year, in my opinion. We are getting a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K box set. We have the Bond films, the Sean Connery Bond films on 4K finally. Yeah. Even to Bond, I'll say, step aside. Our video wins with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, and For a Few Dollars More for release of the year. Anyway, that's the update. So Sergio Leone stuff, the book, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, some 4Ks. Euro Crimes has been a kind of diverse month once again. War films, World War II films. So thank you once again, everyone, for watching, and thank you to my members. You know who you are, especially Crushes Movies and Games, who's been signed up as a member since the beginning. Also have to give a membership shout out to Ian Grant, and thanks to Ian Grant, he's made some other people a member as well, so thank you all, one and all. Let me know down below, of course, in the comments, as always, what you guys think of some of these pickups and some of these films, if you've seen them. Let me know your thoughts. Always appreciate the conversation and the feedback and all that stuff. And with that having been said, stay safe and healthy as always, and keep punching. And we'll see you next time on the 101 Bronson channel. Take care.